Welcome, race fans, here to the Phoenix International Speedway as we are getting ready for NASCAR Spring Cup Series racing here from Phoenix, a 32-lap race. It is a Good Sam 500, race number 4 of the 2016 NASCAR Spring Cup Series season. And like we say, we are live here in the desert at Phoenix International Raceway. On the front row, we have the number 2, Brad Keselowski, former series champion, alongside the number 18 of Kyle Busch, yesterday's Xfinity winner. In fact, your front row are the top 2 finishers in yesterday's race. On row number 2, you have the number 78 of Martin Truex Jr., alongside a former Phoenix winner, the 48, Jimmy Johnson. Row 3, the 55 of David Reagan and the 27 of Paul Menard, 2 great qualifying runs by those 2 drivers. On row 4, we have last week's winner from Las Vegas, the 4 of Kevin Harvick, alongside the number 20 of Matt Kenseth, who did not race here last November. And on row number 5, you have the 22 of Joey Logano, the 24 of Chase Elliott, Rookie of the Year contender, making his first ever Cup start here at Phoenix. This is a 32 lap race here at Phoenix. And so far in 2016, we have seen 3 different drivers take their cars to victory lane. In the Daytona 500, we saw Ryan Newman pick up his second career win in the famous race, and most likely clinch a spot in the 2016 playoffs. Also, 1 week later at Atlanta, we saw the number 5 of Casey Kane pick up his second win at Atlanta in 3 years. And then last week, we saw Kevin Harvick go back-to-back wins in the NASCAR Spring Cup Series at Las Vegas. Did it 1 year ago and was able to do it again just last week. But who will it be today? 43 drivers are lined up on pit road. We had a 47 car entrance, but 4 drivers had to make the trip home. Down below, you will see your starting grid rolling across the screen as we are going to take you to your pace laps here. Cars are rolling onto the track. The number 2 of Brad Keselowski on the pole. The Alliance Truck Parts Ford on the front row alongside the number 18 of Kyle Busch. Martin Truex and Jimmy Johnson, David Reagan and Paul Menard top 6. Let's take a look back through the field. Brian Scott, Jamie McMurray, Elliott Sadler, Greg Biffle, on down through Brett Moffitt, Tony Stewart. And let's take a look at the final drivers in the field. Rookie of the Year contender Dakota Armstrong in the field makes his second career start, and Harrison Rhodes in the NASCAR Spring Cup Series race for the first time in his career. Missed the first 3 races, but he is in the show today. But up front, it is Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch, front row, coming down to the green flag. The Good Sam 500 is underway. The green flag is out, and Keselowski leads us down into turn number 1 for the first time today. And already is a battle for second place, the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. on the inside, trying to get second spot away. And Menard nearly gets turned by the 20 of Kenseth, off turn down the dog leg. Into turn number 3, how about David Reagan trying to get third away from that number 18 of Kyle Busch, as Truex clears Kyle Busch for second place. And leading lap number 1 is the 2 of Brad Keselowski. But caution is out already, involving some of the drivers in the rear of the field. And you see a lot of cars really starting to make contact and run over each other on the pace lap. Well, not pace lap, but the caution laps. We are under caution the first time today, and you see a lot of damage on the 34 of Brett Moffitt, or 34 Dockside Ford for Front Row Motorsports. Landon Castle possibly involved in the 26 of Dakota Armstrong. Caution's out. Let's get a replay of the first crash of the day. Alright, what we're about to show you is what we saw twice in yesterday's Xfinity race. Right here through the dog leg on the back straightaway, you're going to see that number 34 Brett Moffitt. He's going to get turned by the 51 of Justin Allgaier. Since the 34 down into the inside wall, keeps it off the wall, but unfortunately he comes back up the track into other cars. You see Landon Castle, his teammate, Moffitt's teammate David Gilliland, and the 26 of Dakota Armstrong. Let's take one more look at it from a better perspective. See, Moffitt's on the inside of the 7 of Alex Bowman. The 51's quicker, and looks like, yay, how a guy just turns right and just turns the 34 around and ends up coming up in a landing. Castle. Gilliland runs in the back of Castle, and then Armstrong, just a innocent bystander, nowhere to go, and about 4 cars contact right there. 34, no doubt the 34 got the most amount of damage, but I don't believe that'll be enough to send that 34 behind the wall. And at the same time, Brad Keselowski, our leader at the line, he leads the first lap. Martin Truex, Kyle Busch, David Reagan, and Kevin Harvick, your top 5 here at Phoenix. Heading back to Green Flag Racing here from Phoenix, race number 4 of the 2016 NASCAR Spring Up Series season. You're live here at Phoenix, and right now your current leader is at number 2, Brad Keselowski. On point in the 2. Second is Martin Truex, Kyle Busch, David Reagan, and Kevin Harvick. Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, and Paul Menard make up your top 10. Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, Regan Smith, and Ryan Newman, your current top 15. You're running out your top 20, Casey Kane, Ricky Stenhouse, Brian Vickers, Austin Dillon, and the 43 of Eric Almirola. All 43 cars are still on track. Moffitt, Armstrong, Castle, and Gilliland have made contact on lap number 1. They are still in the race. Going back to green here on lap number 6 of 32. That will give us about a good 26 laps remaining. Down in the green flag, we're back in the way for Phoenix, and a nice jump of the 78 of Martin Truex. To the back bumper of the 2 of Keselowski, but here comes the 18 of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch to the inside of the 78, trying to get second spotted back from that number 78, as Denny Hamlin moves by the 48 of Johnson, bringing that 22 Logano with him. Now the 55 of David Reagan try to get on the inside of the 78, but not enough to shut the door, because here comes that 4 of Kevin Harvick, and Truex a little wobbly up to the 4, and Keselowski trying to pull away from the 18. Now Kevin Harvick trying to get third spot away from that number 78. And look at the 11 of Denny Hamlin, 22 Joey Logano, the 20 of Matt Kenseth. They just drove away from the guys back here. Kyle Larson battling that number 41 of Kurt Busch. And how about Regan Smith up here inside the top 10 now? Paul Menard dropping back, Chase Elliott, Ryan Newman, Casey Kane. Hamlin now moves by the 78 of Truex. Here comes the 22 Logano. We are under yellow once again, and we have more cars on pit road, a lot of cars. Damage. We have the 12 of Ryan Blaney. A tough start to his rookie year, Ryan Blaney. We had the 47 of AJ Allmendinger, the 7 of Alex Bowman, the 83 of Matty Benedetto. Looks like the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and possibly Brett Moffitt again in that 34 car. And you see a lot of damage in that back to the number 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Did not get a good qualifying run. Missed the first round, I believe. The Nationwide Insurance Chevrolet contact early on. And let's take a look at what happened when we see a big pileup, and possibly the same thing again. This time it involves Dale Jr. getting it in the back of the 12 of Ryan Blaney. Blaney comes back up the track, and right there, hard impact in the outside, safer barrier for Ryan Blaney. There's Bowman, Matt Benedetto, and right in the back of Allmendinger. And Brett Moffitt, and looks like the 34 was not involved, but he did get slowed down a lot. Here's the 7 pit road. There's the Benedetto, sophomore driver. Tough luck in the first couple of races for the 83 team. AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Blaney, and these guys back here running into each other. Dakota Armstrong just ran the back of Landon Castle. But it's really what happened. In that 34 car of Moffitt and the 7 of Bowman, they are not. The DS7 car is already out, so the top 35 in owner points. And that 34 is not far from falling out. So Moffitt really needed a good run as Allmendinger, the Benedetto, Bowman, and Blaney will go one lap down here at Phoenix. We'll get you back to Green Flag Racing when we return here to Phoenix. Getting back to Green Flag here on lap number 12 of 32. We'll have about 20 to go, and we did forget to mention that Trevor Bayne is being shown one lap down because he made a unscheduled green flag pit stop right before that caution came out. So Bain is now trapped one lap down. But should he get by that Chip Keselowski and a quick caution, he would be right back in that lead lap. Right now, Brad Keselowski leads the 18 of Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Denny Hamlin. Martin Truex, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, David Reagan, and Jimmy Johnson make up the top 10. And 5 drivers are out of the race: Dale Earnhardt Jr., AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, and Matt DiBenedetto. We're back underway, and the 6 is pretty slow, as here comes the 18 of Kyle Busch to the inside of Trevor Bayne. But Harvick gets the 18 a little push, and here comes Harvick. He's going to turn Kyle Busch up the track into Truex. Cautions out once again, a big pileup on the back straightaway, many cars involved. A huge crash on the back straightaway. Austin Dillon, Dakota Armstrong, J.J. Yaley, Carl Edwards McDowell just runs in the back of Brian Scott without slowing down. Kevin Harvick turns the 18 of Kyle Busch, and it just created a whole chaos, a big mess on the back straightaway. Casey Mears, Ryan Scott, Michael McDowell, David Gilliland, Carl Edwards. There's Austin Dillon, Brett Moffitt. Look at all these cars. Jimmy Johnson, Eric Almirola, Ryan Newman, Paul Menard. Who wasn't involved? And how about Harrison Rhodes? He got through that. Well, not cleanly, but he's right now running 19th in his Cup Series debut. How about Dakota Armstrong, 17th, after being involved in that first caution? Right now, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, and Kurt Busch. That is your top 5. But let's take a look at the big crash that involves yesterday's winner, Kyle Busch. You know, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick, they're not the best buddies. You know, they pretty much admitted that they did not get along, and they're not going to be getting along after this right here. Kevin Harvick in the back of the 18 of Kyle Busch, who's trying to get by the slower Trevor Bayne. And look at this, Harvick turns Busch up the track into Truex, and Matt Kenseth, he gets collected. Johnson, Menard, Edwards, McMurray, and it's just a melee back here. I mean, drivers refusing to slow down. You see that 95 McDowell, he just runs in the back of the 18. He didn't even try to slow down. Casey Mears, Justin Allgaier, Landon Castle. It's just a complete melee here, and a lot of cars have already took their cars behind the wall. The 38 of David Gilliland, the 40 of Landon Castle, and the 23 of J.J. Yaley. They're out the race along with Brian Scott, Carl Edwards, and Greg Biffle. It being shown with 25 cars on the lead lap. Trevor Bayne 1 lap down. So is Eric Almirola, Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson, Brett Moffitt, Austin Dillon, and Michael McDowell. But I'm looking at some of the cars up here. Michael Annett running 22nd. Harrison Rhodes right now running 25th. Dakota Armstrong running even better in 17th. These are teams outside the top 35 and owner points. And the 26 and the 62, they've already missed a lot of races in 2016. And same with the 46. But a good day today could really have them in the points and help get their team a little bit more. Give their team a little bit more momentum heading into next week at Auto Club. And let's see if we'll be going green this time by. And we are. So, going back to green here on lap number 17, we have already passed the halfway point in the race. And Brad Keselowski trying to hang on and win his first race of 2016. Kevin Harvick trying to go back-to-back like he did 1 year ago. He went from winning at Las Vegas to winning once again here at Phoenix. Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Kurt Busch trying to deny Harvick's success here at Phoenix. And how about Regan Smith up here inside the top 10, running 6th. 3 of the 4 Stuart Haas cars inside the top 6. That's pretty impressive. And then you got Casey Kane, Ryan Vickers, Kyle Larson, and David Reagan in the top 10. Then you got Matt Kenseth, Ricky Stenhouse, Clint Boyer, Chase Elliott, Jamie McMurray, Martin Truex, who was involved in that wreck, 16th. Dakota Armstrong, Kyle Busch, Elliott Sadler, and Tony Stewart. Then make up your top 20, going back to green here with 32 cars on track and 25 on the lead lap. We have 16 to go this time around. Can Brad Keselowski hang on Can Kevin Harvick get by? As Hamlin, Logano, Kurt Busch have anything for the front two. We're back underway. 16 down, 16 to go. Here from Phoenix, and already now Logano. Kurt Busch 3 wide for third place on the track. And where does Regan Smith go in that 10 car? He's behind his teammate Kurt Busch. Casey Kane about to get turned with a 15 and Brian Vickers. He saves it. And there's a 26 of tell that guy's 26 is much slower. Sadly got by the 9. Coming out turn number 4. Keselowski in front, but Kevin Harvick right on his back bumper, pushing the 2 down into turn number 1. Logano third, Kurt Busch and Hamlin falling back in the clutches of the 10 with Regan Smith. And Harvick has a pretty good run on the 2. Here he goes to the inside, side by side for the lead. Kevin Harvick on the inside, Brad Keselowski on the outside, and here comes his teammate Joey Logano with a 22. Keselowski trying to find some momentum off the corner and stay in front of that 4 Harvick. Here comes Harvick down in the turn number 1 again. We stay green, and Harvick about to clear the 2. Here comes Kevin Harvick. He clears Keselowski on the entrance of turn number 3. But Brad's not clear yet. Here comes his teammate, that 22 Logano on the inside. He'll take second away off turn number 4. Kevin Harvick now has 13 laps remaining to go back-to-back. Joey Logano in second. Brad Keselowski third. Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch. Now Casey Kane on the inside of Regan Smith. That would be a battle for 6th place. Brian Vickers, Kyle Larson, and David Reagan, your top 10. A great run by the MWR Toyotas. Clint Boyer, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Matt Kenseth, Chase Elliott, and McMurray, your top 15. Then you got Elliott Sadler, Martin Truex, Tony Stewart, Casey Mears, and now Dakota Armstrong in top 20, but here comes that 43 of Almirola. Almirola, though, is 1 lap down. Kyle Busch is Michael Annett. Paul Menard, Austin Dillon, all of the RCR Chevrolets are damaged. There's a 3, the 31, the 27, and the 29 is out of the race, I believe. Yeah, Brian Scott's 35th. And how about the lead change now? The 22 of Joey Logano out in front of the field as he just got around the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, and Brad Keselowski, your top 5. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to go back and see what or how the 22 got by the 4 of Kevin Harvick real quick. And couldn't have been long because we were going back. See, the 22 really tried for a little while to get around that 4 Harvick, and he finally got it down here in turn number 1. Side by side, Logano led lap number 21. And lap number 20. And right here, he clears the 4 Harvick, and now the 11 of Denny Hamlin up here with a shot to win the race after almost getting involved with the wreck that took out all 3 of his teammates, Kenseth, Carl Edwards, and Kyle Busch. So now we have the 22 Joey Logano, your leader, as Keselowski falls all the way back to 5th place. Kurt Busch 4th, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, and now Logano. So the 22 leads, Harvick 2nd and Hamlin 3rd. This would be Logano's first win at Phoenix. Should he hang on? I believe he won the Xfinity race here 1 year ago. Not quite sure. Don't quote me on that, but I believe the 22 Logano did win this one of the races here in the Xfinity. As Logano leads, see now the 11 of Hamlin giving the 4 a little bit of pressure now on the back bumper. He's almost about to turn the 4 Harvick. Remember, it was Hamlin's teammate Kyle Busch who got turned right by the 4 of Kevin Harvick. And I'm sure Hamlin knows what the 4 has done in today's race. Pushing him down the straightaway into turn number 1. Looking to the inside. Giving him a little bit of contact now. Trading paint, the 11 of Denny Hamlin, the 4 of Kevin Harvick. That is allowing that 22 to drive away. Joey Logano trying to get win number 1 in 2016 and punch his ticket into the 2016 Chase for the Sprint Cup. Kevin Harvick already has a win, but Denny Hamlin doesn't. And Hamlin, he may have something for that 22, but that 4 Harvick is not letting that 22 is not letting that number 11 get by. And he saw right up ahead of the 22, we have 2 slower cars. The 95 of Michael McDowell Now, Michael McDowell is 1 lap down. Harrison Rhodes is 25th, last car on the lead lap. And Logano's going to catch him down here in the turn number 1. This is going to allow that 4 Harvick to get right back into this game. Should the 22 get held up with a 95? No, he looks to the inside. He may get by both of these guys on the straightaway. No, he runs up on the 62, slows down his momentum. Here comes the 4 Harvick back in the picture. The guy who's really back in this game is that 41 of Kurt Busch. They lap the 95 of McDowell, the 62 of Harrison Rhodes. Then Keselowski, Smith, Kane, Vickers, Larson, and David Reagan. That is your top 10. And God forbid a caution to come out. That would really help Logano. But now we got the 27 of Paul Menard. Does Logano get held up by Menard? Look at all these cars. You have Johnson, Moffitt, Allgaier. Logano to the inside, and Harvick about to get held up by that 27, but he's able to get to the inside, safe and sound. Folks, if we do not get a caution, this race is certainly not over. Johnson, the next guy to go, victim to the 22 of Logano. Got Johnson, Moffitt, and Allgaier. And then right up ahead is the 31 of Ryan Newman. Harvick, he's not really... He's more focused on the 11, trying to keep that 11 behind him, as Logano to the inside of Moffitt. Logano gets around the 34 and the 48. 5 to go for that 22 of Joey Logano. And Harvick got a real good run in turn number 1, and here comes Harvick. Logano got held up with a 51, but so did the 4. And that 11, he is still behind the Kevin Harvick machine. He's yet to get around him, and now Logano catches the 31 of Ryan Newman to put him a second lap down. 4 laps remaining here at Phoenix, and now Newman holds up the 4 Harvick. And we are on the yellow. Damn it. We are on the yellow, and it appears it may involve the 62 of Harrison Rhodes. Shelley about wrecked himself. The 26 of Dakota Armstrong, there he is. The 62 of Rhodes, I believe he was the cause of the caution. He's all the way back here outside the top 15, or where the top 15 runners are running. But it appears once again that we will have a race in under yellow. Joey Logano. We are not going to be able to go back green. We just got word. But Logano, Harvick, Hamlin, Kurt Busch, and the 2 of Keselowski, they are your top 5. And what a great call. What a great run by this number 10 of Regan Smith. 6. Casey Kane, 7th. Ryan Vickers, the top 10, along with his teammate David Reagan and Clint Boyer, your top 10. 3 drivers who jumped from Michael Waltrip Racing 1 year ago, all getting top 10 finishes here today. Kyle Larson fell outside the top 10, but finishes right in front of his teammate Jamie McMurray, who comes on 12th. A great run by Ricky Stenhouse and Chase Elliott, and Matt Kenseth, who had a great car, possibly had something to battle Logano for the win. He still gets the top 15, but we all know he wanted more. Now we are on the final lap, not going back green, so this race will be official this time around. And it's been, and after coming off probably his best season ever in the NASCAR Spring Up Series, had a shot to win the championship. Unfortunate mishap occurred at Martinsville in Texas, and bad luck at Phoenix. But coming out of tournament number 4, he got around his teammate Brad Keselowski in the 4 of Kevin Harvick to get the win, and after getting through lap traffic, it will pay off. And coming down to the line, Joey Logano wins the race at Phoenix. The Good Sam 500 winner will go to that number 22, Joey Logano. So win number 1 in 2016 for the number 22, and runner-up again for the 4 of Kevin Harvick. He was runner-up in the fall race 1 year ago. Lost to Dale Jr. under a rain delay race. Denny Hamlin will come home 3rd. Kurt Busch and, like we said, the 2 at Keselowski, your pole center, will come home in 5th place. That is all here from Phoenix. Probably the most crazy race we've seen so far in 2016. Certainly the race with the most cautions and the biggest wreck. Obviously came in this race. And it was a pretty calm race yesterday with the Xfinity guys. These guys were like animals today, and we are going to wrap it up here. Next weekend, we will be at Auto Club Speedway down in California. The West Coast swing will continue. We went from Las Vegas to Phoenix, now to Fontana next weekend. It was Brad Keselowski who got around Kurt Busch after a late race caution, and Keselowski got the win. Today it is his teammate Logano who will get the win at Shell Pennzoil Ford. So that is all here for Phoenix. That is also on your screen. You will see the official results here from today's race, and after that will be your point standings after race number 4 of the year. Also, go to NASCARMockSeason.weebly.com to get your full points, your full results, your news, rumors, videos, pictures, all you need to know about the 2016 NASCAR Mock Season. So that is all here. 32 laps are complete. We'll see you next weekend at Fontana. I'm Eric Burton here in the booth. Thanks for joining with us, and we'll see you next weekend at Fontana. Goodbye, everyone.